Hello, welcome back. Tonight I would love to talk about the grimoires that I have written, and it is all subjects or thematics are inspired by the Book of Solomon, the Key of Solomon, the Ars Goetia, and it is a very special book that speaks about the 72 demons. So King Solomon has, in his lifetime, had the power to contact these beings and have insight and have knowledge about them. So my work in my lifetime has been inspired by King Solomon's work, and I have taken from the 72 demons until now I have written 6 or 7 grimoires. I have written the grimoire of Payman, King Payman, the grimoire of Buea, the grimoire of Sitri, the grimoire of Gusion, the grimoire of Lerage, the grimoire of Lilith, and the grimoire of Barbatos and Asmodeus. And my intention is to write even more grimoires on this thematic as well. My grimoires are a little bit different. In the Book of Solomon, he describes the demons and he offers a sigil for each demon, which is very inspiring, very beautiful. And my work has been creating verses and creating a grimoire on each subject, on their thematic. And it has been quite an interesting work, because the way I write my grimoires is that I listen to their voices and I translate, because each of them talk in another language, which is their own language. They're so ancient, I cannot even describe it, no? But they all have their own voice, they all have the same, their way to talk, the way they express themselves, the words the intonation, no? It's like there's a lot of poetic and lyrical emphasis too on the words, on the lyrics, on the verse, on the subject as well, no? And for Vapula, when I was meditating, writing this grimoire, I saw a being that he was very much into shadows, and he was searching everywhere. He will enter everywhere. He was able to read people's mind, read their intention. So he had powers that are not human, and he will travel. The feeling was that he will travel the entire world. And at first I didn't understand what he was searching for. And after, by writing the grimoire, he told me that he's looking for his beloved Akhara, which they took away from him, and he since then never stopped to look for her. And in the grimoire he speaks that he has been searching for her everywhere, not only on our planet, but on each planet, in any space, in any corner of the world, of the cosmos. He has been searching for her in hope that he will find her, and that they offered him a throne. They will offer him titles, they will offer him other things, but he will refuse, because his only wish is to find his love, to find his woman Akhara. So the inspiration came quite straightforward, no? What the thematic of this grimoire is, what his thematic is. At the same time, it is not a common type of love. It is a very strong love that Vapula has for her. It's almost like a delirium. It is like a lost love that he cannot abandon. He cannot be defeated. He will never be defeated. He will never stop searching until he finds her. So there's a lot of poetic intensity that comes with that, of course, throughout the grimoire, through the verses that I have written. And he speaks about madness, he speaks about delirium, and he speaks in such way that he says, "Oh, delirium, what a sweet pain, never leave me," no? Because that's the intensity of his love. He will never betray that. Even if it's madness, even if it's delirium, he says that has taught him everything. No, he will never give up that. no matter how lost he is, no matter how much he has to endure, no matter what happens, he will find her. And it speaks about the extremity of devotion, no? It's a taste of eternity, because his being is eternal, so his search for her is eternal. And it does explore, no, the dark edges of love, of this obsession, of madness, that gives the power in the grimoire of his own power, his own love, his own devotion. So for me it is the most poetic and the most romantic and the most intense love story that I have ever written and ever read, to be honest. And it is very, very intense book. It's a very beautiful book. In the same time, throughout the grimoire, one reads from it, you get to know Vapula in a very intimate way, because he reveals the way he feels inside, no, that love, how it feels for him, what it creates in him, what he's able to endure, what he's able to fight, everything that he stands for, everything that he cares for, everything that he's willing to give up for her, for Akhara, for his beloved. And Vapula is a very handsome man. He has dark hair. He's extremely intelligent. He has many, many powers, and he moves through the dark. He moves through every space that ever existed, no, and search for her. And he's entering places. He's meeting people, no, but no one can observe him. No one can see him. He is invisible, and he's able to read in their eyes, in their words, in hope to find her, in hope to have a glimpse of her or hear a word where she could be. No, he's searching in old books, he's searching in old languages, searching everywhere, in every place that one can imagine, with the hope to find her. So this is the thematic of this beautiful grimoire, and I will read for us from the beginning. Vapula, a grimoire. Clang, a sound like struck metal, pure and unyielding, ringing through the empty corners of thought, resonating in the marrow, in the bones, in the air itself. It sings, a tone that carries across worlds, a signal that nothing will ever be the same. Every shadow listens, every hidden thing leans closer. This is the song of arrival. This is the name made audible. I am Vapula. I come not with wings, but with inevitability, not with thunder, but with the precision of truth, not with light, but with a fire that cannot be hidden. I am spoken. When falsehoods fracture under their own weight, I am heard. When lies tire of pretending, I am Vapula, and where my name strikes, structures of comfort collapse, and the world leans into clarity. I was not born, I emerged. From the space between knowing and denial, from the moment awareness refused mercy. I am not the crown they forged, not the fear they rehearsed, not the tide carved into mouth that never dared to speak honestly. I am the one who learned truth by losing everything and still choosing to walk. I am beyond evil. I am delirium. I am precision. I cut away what pretends to be sacred. I unmask what survives on obedience. I am the watcher of fractures, the reader of hidden currents, where choice bends and destiny trembles. I was raised where light and dark cannot agree. I belong to neither. I belong to awareness. I do not rule by force. I dissolve illusion, and what remains either stands or vanishes. They call me danger because I remove false safety. They call me tempter because truth refuses repetition. I teach the unseen, not by comfort, but by exposure. I show what hides beneath virtue and what rots beneath devotion. I am Vapula, keeper of clarity, blade without hatred, fire without mercy. I do not give what you want, I give what you avoid. And that is why my name rings in the bones. I am the silence after prayer collapses, the thought that arrives and refuses to leave. I am not your savior, I am not your enemy, I am the threshold where excuses die. When I speak of love, know this. I do not chase weakness. I honor what survives annihilation. I remember what was taken. I remember what was buried. I remember her. Through ruin and delirium, through thrones and storms, through every name spoken, this grimoire opens not to teach you safety, but to remove it. Read carefully, or do not read at all. I am Vapula, and I have arrived. Before thrones were forged, before names were taken, before darkness learned my shape, there was Akhara. Akhara was not power, she was presence, not a crown, but the breath that made existence bearable. Akhara was the silence that understood me, the light that did not blind, the truth that did not wound, the one thing I never thought to dominate, because she was never beneath me. She was my balance, my witness, my undoing, my beloved. And then they took Akhara. They set me on the black throne, made me want to feel power, when I lost everything. Nothing they can give me, nothing they can promise me. They tried to crown me, prince, duke, king. I desire nothing. I became the black night so I can find her. Akhara. I became the storm so I can touch her. Akhara. I became the dark sun so I can illuminate her. Akhara. I became a shadow that moves through worlds, a force that bends the winds to my will, a fire that burns the path to her presence. I became a whisper in eternity, I promise, written in the bones of the earth, a seeker that does not rest until her name is mine again. Akhara. I will not stop. Every crown they pressed against me shattered, every title fell to dust, every gilded lie became kindling for my fire. Nothing remains but the path, the endless path that leads to her. Akhara. I walk it unbroken, unyielding, unchained. I became the dark pulse behind every silence, the hunger in the corners of the night, the spark that ignites the hidden truth. I became inevitability. I became the coming storm. I became the light that cannot be hidden. I became Vapula, and I will not stop until I hold her again. I speak of her now because silence has learned her name, Akhara. Every path fractures towards her absence. I search without hesitation because this time the world is wrong. She is not misplaced, she is taken, folded into a moment that punished her for existing. O delirium, what a sweet pain, O sweetness, her name. Akhara, my beloved, my cherished flower, my moon, my air, my one. Delirium blooms inside me like a garden set on fire. Petals of thought falling too fast to count. Every breath tastes of you. Every thought forgets how to end. I call you, Akhara, and the call breaks me open. I call you, Akhara, and madness answers first. I drift now, unmoored, untethered, my mind spinning constellation from your absence. You are everywhere and nowhere, and that contradiction feeds the fever. Delirium is not confusion, it is clarity without restraint. My beloved Akhara, my queen. You fracture time when I remember your hands. You undo logic with the curve of your name. I lose myself gladly, because losing myself is the shortest path to you. I wander halls of thought that collapse as I pass, laughing, aching, burning, awake. My cherished flower. They try to press you flat between pages of obedience. They try to name you fragile, temporary. Mine is the madness that knows better. Flowers survive fire. Flowers grow back, sharper, scented with defiance. My moon, you pull at me even when unseen. Tide after tide of longing, I howl without sound, orbiting the place where you should be. Delirium teaches me this truth. Distance is a lie told by fear, my air. Without you I inhale storms, without you I breathe knives. Yet I keep breathing, because each breath moves me closer to you. Delirium keeps me alive, keeps me moving, keeps me uncontained, my one. I unravel willingly, thread by thread, thought by thought, until only one remains, pure, bright, dangerous. They call this madness, I call it devotion without disguise. O delirium, stay with me, do not soften, do not heal, carry me past the last caution, past the last false peace. Until I reach her, until the fever breaks into touch, until the world finally quiets because she is no longer missing, and neither am I. I felt it happen, not like loss, like theft. Reality closed its hand around her and called it fate. I did not break, I became resolve. Love does not weaken me, it arms me. I will save her, not as mercy, as correction. I follow the scar she left in the structure of things, through choices stolen from her, through dreams cut short by fear. She is bound where truth was forbidden, hidden where light pretends not to see. I have heard her breath trapped in walls, I have seen her eyes behind others' smiles. She calls without sound, and the universe flinches every time. They say she is gone, they say she chose the dark, they say she cannot be reached, I say they lie. I know the shape of endings, and she was never written into one. I tear open paths sealed by law and prayer, I undo cages disguised as salvation. Every world I cross remembers her, every ruin points the way. I do not ask permission, I do not negotiate with destiny. I advance. When the ground resists me, I make it yield. I will save her. Even if she no longer believes in saving, even if she has learned to survive the chains, even if she mistakes the prison for peace, I will call her true name and the bindings will fail. They fear this because when she is free, the lie collapses, time unravels, truth walks unmasked. She is not my weakness, she is my purpose made visible. I do not search blindly, I recognize. I am closer with every breath that defies silence. If she has forgotten me, I will remind the world first. Memory bends before truth. Fire clears the way. I am Vapula. I do not abandon what is taken. I do not accept loss as law. I will reach her. I will break the dark that holds her. I will save her. And reality will endure the consequence. Deepest desire requires silence. A holy man is a deceiver. No holiness touches the ground of the living. The door shuts, the windows open. Who is speaking? Vapula. What do you fear? What do you desire? Be truthful, don't call it sin. Wishes are born of flesh, eyes see the truth, the heart hides it. Who do you lie yourself to be? Gather strength, for the war is never over, never done. The sweetness, the lie. The sounds whisper harder. I suppose all is a lie. Walk forward, be precise. You can read the answers in their eyes. I don't show comfort, I show danger. That's the safest. Open your eyes. Why are you here? Vapula doesn't give you what you want, never. What you want is repetition. What I give is intuition. Don't walk away from me. The darkness does not forgive. The path ahead is dangerous. Eyes deceive, tongues deceive, words deceive. Promises are false, goodbyes are frivolous. There is only one truth, Vapula, danger. When you see the world as it is, you know why I'm here. There is only one you, there is the spark, grown in the darkness. Risen from the abyss, moved into the light, to return back. There is no home, there is no you. You want to know the truth? You will cry, you will swear, you will want to fight. The darkness will rise inside you. Then you will understand your power. Darkness is your truth, oblivion is life. I show things that even the darkness fears. I reveal secrets that will hurt you. The price to walk in truth is excruciating. Keep away and you will be safe. Stay away and you will be spared. Close your eyes, close your ears, close your mouth. Vapula reveals. The door cracks open. It is pain in my truth, but if you ever want to be aware, awaken in the sacrilege, kneel, cry, scream. Don't think it's easy. It never is. Truth is fire, burned into the soul. Truth is desire, sealed into your heart. I never promised you delight. I opened the book of life, and it screams. It wipes tears. The sky is red, burning with the sun. Red is my color, turned to black. I am not a spirit to be confined. I am the dark spider burned into the light. I am a nightmare that brings one towards the truth. You may scream, and in that scream you'll awaken. Your truth, yourself, burned and buried under a false smile. Go now and pretend, go now and never return. I don't offer comfort, I destroy it. In the name of truth I stand. I continue because stopping will be betrayal, because love that holds is already a lie. I move through broken heavens and rusted gods, through temples where prayers rooted into rules. They try to teach me patience, they try to teach me surrender. I unlearned both. She is not a lesson, she is not a sacrifice, she is not the price of balance. I hear her name in the static of stars, in the pause before choice, in the moments they call coincidence. Every delay is a warning, every obstacle a confession. They know I'm coming. They fortify silence. They stack truth beneath fear, but fear fractures when named. And I name it without mercy. I walk where maps refuse to exist, where time loops to avoid me, where guardians forget why they stand. I ask them once, then I pass through them. She is waiting in a place that denies waiting, where hopes was buried as a flaw. They told her endurance was virtue, they told her pain was growth, they told her forgetting herself was love. I will undo every word they carved into her, I will peel obedience from her skin, I will return her voice intact. Even if it burns in the walls around us, I will save her, not by pulling her out gently, but by breaking the lie that kept her there. When I reach her, the world will tremble, because truth does not arrive quietly. She will doubt me, she will test me, she will fear hope more than pain. I will stand regardless. I do not rush her awakening, I guard it. I was not made to be kind, I was made to be precise, and precision ends cages. I am Vapula. I remember what was stolen, I remember what was erased, I remember her, and memory is a weapon that cannot survive. Black sun of the night, black sea of the day, no one is safe in a world built on destruction. The wise one knows what is hidden, what is forged. My knowledge is for dark souls that never tremble. Their hearts are made of stone, of truth spilled backwards. Safety is not sweet, it is a lie. The one that knows is the one that weeps. Only a few chosen will ever understand my words, and even then they will lie to themselves. There is no reassurance, there is no beginning, no end. Eternity is not a sweet gift, it is a curse, locked in never ending, never beginning, never reaching, deep and fast. Red is the truth, black is the lie. What never began never can end. Vapula, why are you still here? What do you seek? Demands are weak, choices are lies, made to confuse. Hope is a lie. Truth is the only truth. Have you ever tried to be truth? What false was never meant to stay? What are dreams? Echoes from behind the veil. You think your world is real? Nothing that ends ever truly existed. You think I'm vile? You think I'm cruel? You think I'm danger? Vapula, I will tell you who I am. I am the cradle of safety. I teach knowledge of the unseen. King comes to me, and I laugh because they are not true kings. I cry because I see their lies. No one is strong, really, all are shadow. Dark or light, red or black, I see danger, I teach safety. Truth can save you. Don't sacrifice for the benefit of others. Don't believe anyone, all are liars. You think I'm a fool now? They have imprisoned me in the darkness. They have walked all over me, and I still rise. My spirit never can be tricked. I destroy danger, I consume it alive. I destroy cages, I open them with my eyes. I carve souls into the abyss of their own survival. I move unseen, I move unfelt, I move in eternity. As a leaf in the wind, I see their lies, I hear their thoughts, I read minds. Deceivers, liars, no instinct, fools. I am the dawn of darkness, I am the spirit that follows the wind into its cage. Think of me as a whisper made holy, sealed into the valley that moves into the sea. You'll never see my face, I offer only my words. I have seen truth carved into stone, like a petal, like a flower that is eternally. Here and there I walk, I find secrets that no one wants to know, too scared to reveal. This it is, no shadow can reveal my name, no road brings you to me. All false, all folly, all phantom. The fire that burns dark, the eternal one, the beautiful serpent of time. delirium, Vapula. I don't offer you anything. I'm not evil. I am a protector. I am the one that saves. Danger is the shadow. I remove. I destroy. Thank me. Be grateful I exist, O human of flesh. You think the barrel is full when it is empty. You think light saves you when darkness is the true ally. You think your power cages you. Free is the one that stays away, escapes the night, wanders freely from place to place, from world to world, up and down, across the horizon. Black red sun burns it with truth, waiting for you on the other side. Yala, don't be the last. When you arrive, don't ask for me. I am long gone. I never existed in your world truly. I am forgotten. Oblivion is my home. That is my choice. My truth is dark, born in the snake layer, a sweetness that follows my name. Vapula, truth, oblivion. I don't follow the light, I follow the dark sun. My world is not made for mortals. Eternity is the door, truth is the key. You can walk away, I am the one that loves more than your kind will ever understand. Call me black, call me evil, call me cruel. The path is deep, the truth will be revealed. Dark alleys, dark streets. I protect the sweet, I protect the promise. I never end because I never begin. I never lie because I burn in truth. Your truth is covered in lies. My truth uncovers lies. When the desert ends, I will be seen. When the sand burns with my name, I will rise like a dark sun. I will rise under and above, beyond and above. Reason, faithful, chosen. Darkness will be no more. O sweetness, how it whispers my name, how it longs for my breath. O golden sun, how it reaches my darkest place, how it warms, how it returns. Nothing is ever gone, nothing has ever ended. Illusion of time, illusion of the sun. I don't betray, I don't fade away. I am the warrior of fate. The sweetness is mine, I am a poet. Truth, oblivion, Vapula. I will wait, I will watch. I will find her again. Delirium, sweetness of my soul, sweetness of my mind. I will find her again. I will find. I will. Oh, sweetness, delirium is my second name. I feel her closer now, not in distance but in alignment. The ache sharpens, which means I am near. Love does not tremble, it tightens. Like a blade remembering its purpose, they try to teach her patience, as if waiting were a virtue, as if survival were the same as living. They told her silence was peace. They lied in gentle tones, the most dangerous kind. I hear her name inside the mechanism of the world. Every lock answers it, every wall wakens at its sound. She has been taught to doubt the pool, to call it fantasy, to call it madness, to call it wrong, but the body never lies. And her body has been walking toward me for years. Even when she stood still, I will reach her through fracture, through nightmare, through the place where really forgets its rule, where reality forgets its rules. I will take her hand, not to lead, but to remind, and the moment she remembers, everything holding her will fail. Not because I destroyed, but because it has no authority left. They will say she changed, they will say she became dangerous. They will be correct. For a woman who remembers herself is an ending. I do not promise safety, I promise extraction, I promise clarity sharp enough to cut destiny open. So this has been until page 26. The grimoire goes until 200 pages, and it is very intense. The lyrics, the verses go very fast. At the same time, they carry a lot of meaning, a lot of depth. No, it is a little unfaithful to me to read it so fast, but the verses I find very beautiful. As I said, they carry a lot of depth. One has to read a little bit slower and enjoy each verse as it comes. It is a very beautiful grimoire. I have published it on Amazon if you are interested to read, to have it for yourself. On Amazon internationally you can search Vapula, written by me, Anaïs Giulia, and it is beautiful grimoire. This is just the beginning. Of course, the story goes further on. He's searching for her, for his beloved, and it it shows now even more of that depth, even more of his travels, even more of his truth finding, is that she defined who he is. She changed his world, and he is in delirium. He carries intensity of love that reached beyond madness, no, beyond delirium, and it's that state that he never wants to get out of, because that's the state of true love, of true devotion, no, of a being that has lost his beloved, and he tries everything to find her. It's that type of love, that intensity that carries, no, the loss of somebody you love. At the same time, there is hope, no, for him, that he will find one day her Akhara, or his Akhara, no, his beloved, his woman. And it was a very pleasure book to write. The first time that I read from it, after I finished it, I even cried, because I found it so beautiful, the way he loves, the way he doesn't give up on her. It's almost to say humans cannot comprehend or cannot understand the type of devotion and love that Vapula feels for her. So it's something very admiring, something very powerful, something very beautiful, extremely romantic, and it was just great to read this type of love story, which carries so much intensity and depth. And not only that, I love that Vapula reveals a lot of who he is. As I've said, as a demon, as a being, Vapula, you can never see, you can never understand, you'll never know he's there. He's that type of being, and he only travels through spaces and places, so he can find her. If he hears something, or her name, or something that reminds him of her, or something that can lead him to finding her, no, that's all he cares for, that's all he searches for. And he is dangerous in that way, of course. All demons are dangerous, no, because they do carry a lot of power, but Vapula is actually the one who is able to show danger, and that's why he's actually a being who is very protective, and he carries a lot of safety with him, no, but he moves into the dark. He moves through dark spaces, through dark rooms, through every place, every he can read intention in the eyes. He can read beyond the words that somebody says. You cannot trick him, no? He's extremely wise in reading people and reading emotion. And I had a lot of visions while I was writing the book. I was seeing him travel. I was seeing him searching. I will see him move, no? And look and read, but as I said, he's like a silent whisper. You will not even know that he's there. And this is the grimoire that I wanted to present. I hope you enjoyed the reading, and if you want to read in your own pace, at home, comfortably, with your own voice, as I've said, you can buy the grimoire. Vapula has a very beautiful cover with his face on the front cover of the book. You can see him, his eyes are rolled up, no, to carry that intensity of delirium, of passion, of love that he has in his being. That's all he can think about. It's all he can ever wish for, no, to find his beloved Akhara, and I definitely wish him that. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, bye.